Let's also talk to Rabin, host of The Agenda, and Javier Manjarres, managing editor of the Shark Tank. Guys, Javi, let's start with you. You heard Cornel West jumping in there trying to say, look, President Obama doesn't hold a candle to Marion Berry. What do you think?
Well, I mean, President Obama was only a political activist or a community organizer, whereas Marion Berry was a true activist. There isn't much similarity between the two. The only thing is, like, Marion Berry was arrested for smoking crack. Obama wasn't arrested for smoking cocaine or snorting cocaine. There isn't much of a similarity. I don't think so. I don't think you're right. I think he's right. I don't think you can hold a candle up to what Marion Berry did in Washington, D.C.
All right, do you think President Obama would welcome this comparison?
I think he'd welcome anything that makes him look good.
That question was for Ari.
Oh, sorry.
I don't, and I think, look, I think the comparison to Marion Berry, as a DC resident for 15 years, the comparison to Marion Berry, it's like comparing apples to monkeys. It doesn't, it's comparing skyscrapers to sandcastles. They're two completely opposite things. You can't compare any of these things together. Barack Obama will go down as a great president. I have no doubt, Barack Obama. But Barack Obama was about taking what he did in Chicago and bringing it to Washington and bringing that change with him. Marion Berry was dedicated to D.C. for his life, and he was a man of great passion, great activism, and great personal foibles that will tell his legacy. I think as a Washingtonian, you look at Ward 8, his home, those people in Ward 8 loved Marion Berry, and it loved him for a number of reasons despite his personal foibles. And I think when you think about that, and when you think about who Marion Berry was, it just doesn't make any sense to compare him to the president. They're two completely different figures.
Yeah, well, it might not make a lot of sense, but CNN did it, and we felt like we wanted to bring it up because it was just such a striking comparison. Go ahead, Javi.
Yeah, I agree with Ari. So much so that I decided to grow my facial hair today because I do agree with him. But he's right on this issue. Marion Berry did great justice for the people of the 8th Ward there in Washington, D.C.
Well, Marion Berry also had this ability to make whatever happened to him look like he was the victim, including this entire drug investigation. Even though that he was caught on surveillance video smoking crack with somebody he should not have been with, he still played that off as if he was the victim of the whole entire investigation.
All Democrats do that.
I'll let you weigh in, Ari, even though
look, all criminals do that, and the fact is, Marion Berry, as I said, is a person of great, who did great things for the city, who actually also did some bad things as mayor and wasn't a good fiscal manager for the city, but at the same, and it was a person of great personal foibles that dictated his career, and I think that was just one of many, actually.
Yeah, well, we also want to talk about, real quickly, guys, we have 1 minute before we take a break, and I'll give you guys each 10 seconds. President Obama leaving the door open perhaps to another Ferguson visit after the grand jury. Good idea or bad idea, Javi? 10 seconds.
Bad idea. He's just going to stoke the already tense situation there. Who knows what's going to happen today? I'm suspecting that the verdict from the grand jury will come out today. Hopefully everything will go well, but Obama will just fuel the fire there if he goes.
All right, what do you think? Is it a good idea or bad idea for President Obama to go to Ferguson after that grand jury?
I want to know what the activists on the ground think. Like, I think they should lead this discussion, not from the national level.
Agreed. All right, so then that would be a bad idea for the president to answer the question.
Well, I think it depends what the activists on the ground think, and I frankly can't speak for them.
Okay, fair enough. Ari, Javier, you guys stick around. We're going to have much more coming up, guys. We're going to get your take as well as the right's take, the left's take, see what they're saying about President Obama's, and specifically those folks running for the White House potentially in 2016. What are they saying about the president's executive order on immigration? Stick around with us. John Bachman sitting in for J.D. Hayward today. Javier Manjarres and Rabin will be back with us to talk about that with our political panel as that discussion continues right after this short commercial break here on Newsmax TV.